Now we talked about label filters, which are text-based filters. Now we're going to talk about the value filters, which, as you might expect, are triggered by value-based criteria. This is where you see those typical conditional statements like equals, does not equal, greater than, less than, between, or top 10. And to be honest, most of these are super straightforward. If you drill into any of these options, just like with the label filters, do have the option to toggle those different conditionals from right here within this dialog box. And then all the way on the left, you can choose which value you're interested in. So in this case, I have two values columns here in my pivot, sum of budget and gross revenue. So I can apply this value title to either one of them. So for instance, sum of budget equals 12 million. We'll obviously filter my list to only titles with a budget exactly equal to 12 million. Same idea as label filters as far as clearing them is concerned. I can clear them right from here in the column header. I can also drill in and clear them from within the value filters options as well. So let's go ahead and clear that. Jump back in and practice one of the between options. So again, choose your metric, budget or revenue. Let's say gross revenue is between 1 million and 10 million. Press OK. There you go. You'll only see gross revenue for titles where revenue falls within that $1 to $10 million range. Now the last one I want to spend a bit more time on is the top 10 option, which is really cool. It actually sounds more simple than it really is. Once you drill into the top 10 dialog box, as you can see, you don't just have the top option, you can choose the bottom as well. And instead of showing 10 items, you can show 5, you can show 20, you can show 100, really whatever you want. One thing that's really cool about this is that you can show either the number of items based on the rank, or you can show the titles or items that fall within a certain percentile. So for instance, right now we'll show top 5 items or titles by gross revenue and press OK. I get a list of 5 titles that have generated the highest gross revenue total in our sample: Avatar, Jurassic World, The Avengers, The Dark Knight, and Titanic. But now if we go back into that value filter option and say show me the top 5% instead of items, now what I'll show are all of the movies that fall into the top 5th percentile in terms of gross revenue. So we see a larger list that includes some additional titles like E.T., Frozen, Iron Man, etc. So whereas before we were looking at a specific number of titles, 5, now we're looking at any titles that fall within a certain percentile, in this case the 5th percentile. So really great tool for exploring your data based on value-specific criteria.